Hello, we are Love Note Cinema. We are wedding filmmakers from Lambertville, New Jersey, and today we're going to go behind the scenes of one of our favorite films from last fall, Kate and Kevin's wedding.
Okay, so I want to kick things off here by giving you a weird mantra that we live by, and that is to shoot trees. And you can see pretty much exactly what we mean by that when you look at the opening shots of Kate and Kevin's film. Trees really make for perfect gateway or transitional material, and if you've ever sat down and edited a wedding film, at least a cinematic wedding film, you know what a relief it can be to see those kinds of clips in your bin. So really when we're out there shooting and we're reminding each other to shoot trees, what we're really saying is to shoot unconventionally. You know, shoot up or shoot down, shoot reflections or silhouettes, shoot through obstructions, because not everything happens at 5'7" or wherever your eyes happen to be. And so while shooting unconventionally seems straightforward in a weird way, it's tough to remember when you're out there in the moment and things are happening around you. But really being able to remember that and act on it is why we're trusted to be there as filmmakers.
We believe some of the best wedding films are the ones about the couple's relationship, not just the day of the wedding. So one thing we like to do is to take all of our couples on a video B-roll shoot prior to the day of the wedding. This enables us to capture some of their natural interactions with one another in a stress-free, everyday environment. You can almost think of this as our first date with our client. We found that our couples are much more comfortable in front of the camera on the day of their wedding, and in turn creating a better film and experience for everyone. In this case, we met up with Kate and Kevin a few weeks prior to the day of their wedding, and we brought them to a beautiful canal right behind our studio.
So yeah, obviously we have really strong opinions on just how important it is, or at least how important we feel it is, to get out and shoot with the couple prior to the day of the wedding. And I think in Kate and Kevin's film, what really drives that home is the sequence where Kevin is saying his vows. Because yeah, we could have shot that in a 2 or 3 camera setup where you see him saying the vows and you see her listening and you see the audience watching and he's saying and she's listening and they're watching. And yeah, that works. I mean, that's what actually happened. But it's not really filmmaking at that point. It's basically, you know, just live event production. So our emphasis as filmmakers is to show that, yeah, he actually means what he's saying up there. Because it's not just some formal recitation that he's coughing up because he's dressed nicely and he's on a stage and people are watching. But no, when they're out there and they're together and nobody's watching, he really does feel that way. And that's what we mean when we talk about context. That context for us is the holy grail as filmmakers, because it's what makes an otherwise ritzy, sometimes superficial affair feel so real and so sincere and so genuine, even if you weren't there and even if you don't know them. And that's why we don't produce any wedding film without it.
Every bride seems to have their one big fear leading up to the day of the wedding. Kate, for example, was terrified that no one would get out of their seats and dance on the dance floor, which we found to be a pretty common concern amongst brides. There's nothing that will scare away dancers more than one of those big LED lights on a video camera, which is one of the many reasons why we choose to shoot our weddings on the Canon 5D and 7D camera bodies with a handful of really fast prime lenses. Most people think we're even taking pictures of them if they even notice us at all. It's safe to say that in the case of Kate and Kevin, there wasn't an inch of open space on the dance floor. Whenever they go back and watch this wedding film, there'll be no doubt about what the hottest dance craze was in the fall of 2012.
So if you think back to everything I was talking about with Kevin and his vows and just how important context is to us as filmmakers, this next part won't be much of a surprise. When we found out that Kevin had actually proposed to Kate right down the road from us, it didn't take long before we both decided to pack a camera and a tripod, go down there and see if there was some way to incorporate the exact location into their film somehow. And so, sure enough, by a process of elimination, we were able to find the exact bridge where it all went down. And so for maybe, 2 hours of our time, we were able to add in more of that context and more of the reality of everything that they're talking about.
Well, that's it for now. You can check out some of our other films at www.lovenotecinema.com.
And you can also like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter.
See you next time.